The question of what happens after we die has captivated humanity for centuries. Across cultures and throughout time, beliefs about the afterlife vary widely. Many religions and spiritual traditions posit the existence of a soul or spirit that survives the physical body. Heaven, hell, reincarnation, and ancestral spirits are just a few concepts that attempt to explain what might lie beyond this mortal realm. Even without subscribing to a specific faith, many individuals hold on to a belief in some form of continued existence after death. These beliefs can be a source of comfort, offering hope in the face of mortality and providing a framework for understanding life's purpose. The idea that our consciousness might transcend the physical limitations of our bodies resonates deeply with many people. It suggests that death is not the end, but rather a transition to another state of being. This perspective often shapes moral codes, influencing how people live their lives and relate to the world around them. However, the afterlife also remains a topic of great mystery and debate. Scientifically speaking, concrete evidence for the existence of a soul or any form of consciousness that persists after death remains elusive. This lack of empirical proof hasn't diminished the power these beliefs hold for billions of people around the world. The human desire to find meaning and purpose, coupled with the fear of the unknown, ensures that the question of what happens after we die will likely continue to captivate us for generations to come. While definitive answers remain out of reach, exploring various cultural and religious perspectives on the afterlife can offer valuable insights into the human condition. It reveals our shared fascination with mortality and our enduring hope for something more beyond the realm of the living. Determining the precise moment of death might seem straightforward, but it is a surprisingly complex issue. For centuries, the cessation of heartbeat and breathing were the primary indicators of death. However, advances in medical technology, particularly in the field of resuscitation, have challenged this traditional definition. Today, medical professionals rely on more sophisticated criteria to determine death. The irreversible cessation of all brain function, known as brain death, is now widely accepted as the medical standard for death. This means that even if a person's heart and lungs are kept functioning artificially, they are considered legally and medically dead if their brain has ceased all activity. To determine brain death, doctors perform a series of rigorous tests to assess brainstem reflexes, responsiveness to stimuli, and the presence of any electrical activity in the brain. This determination is made with great care and consideration, as it has profound implications for organ donation, end-of-life care, and the grieving process of loved ones. Despite the clarity these medical definitions provide, the concept of death still carries significant weight in our collective consciousness. The moment when a person transitions from being alive to being dead remains a profound and often unsettling event. While medical science continues to refine our understanding of death, the philosophical and spiritual questions it raises will likely endure. Near-death experiences, NDEs, have long been a source of fascination and speculation. These are often described as profound, sometimes even mystical experiences reported by individuals who have come close to death, often during cardiac arrest or other life-threatening events. Common elements of NDEs include a sense of peace and well-being, out-of-body experiences, encounters with deceased loved ones, and visions of a bright light. These accounts often carry a deeply personal and spiritual significance for those who experience them. Some interpret NDEs as evidence for the existence of an afterlife or as proof that consciousness can exist independently of the physical body. These experiences can be life-altering, leading to profound shifts in beliefs, values, and perspectives on life and death. However, from a scientific standpoint, NDEs are understood as physiological and psychological phenomena that occur in the brain under extreme stress and oxygen deprivation. Studies have shown that similar experiences can be induced through certain drugs, meditation techniques, and even extreme G-forces experienced by fighter pilots. While science may offer plausible explanations for the mechanisms behind NDEs, it does little to diminish the profound impact these experiences have on individuals. For many, NDEs remain deeply meaningful events that provide comfort, hope, and a sense of connection to something greater than themselves. Whether interpreted as spiritual glimpses into the afterlife or as products of a brain struggling to make sense of its own mortality, NDEs continue to fascinate and intrigue researchers and the public alike. While beliefs about the afterlife vary, the physical process of decomposition following death is a universal experience. It is a natural process that returns our bodies to the earth, a cycle of transformation that has been occurring for millennia. Understanding this process can be both unsettling and strangely fascinating, providing a stark yet grounding perspective on the impermanence of the physical body. Immediately after death, a series of changes begin to take place. With the heart no longer pumping, blood settles in the lower parts of the body, a process known as livor mortis, which creates a purplish discoloration of the skin. Body temperature also begins to drop, eventually reaching the ambient temperature of the surroundings, algor mortis. Within a few hours, muscles stiffen due to a buildup of calcium in muscle fibers, a phenomenon known as rigor mortis. As cells die and their contents spill out, internal bacteria begin to break down tissues, a process known as putrefaction. This process releases gases that cause bloating and an unpleasant odor. Over time, soft tissues decompose entirely, leaving behind bones, teeth, and hair, which can persist for years, even centuries, depending on environmental conditions. While the process of decomposition may seem gruesome, it is an essential part of the natural cycle of life and death. It is a reminder that our physical bodies are ultimately temporary vessels, subject to the same forces of nature that govern all living things. Understanding this process can foster a sense of acceptance and even appreciation for the ephemeral nature of our physical existence.